Good evening. Thank you so much for your time this evening. I am, really sorry that you had to spend time after hours, but I look forward to, reviewing my candidature for promotion, for a position of a director at Cognizant. Before I kind of jump into my, portfolio reviews and my, experiences out here, I wanted to take a few minutes to just quickly give you a glimpse into the person I am, the human being that I've been so far. Very quickly, I hail from a very small town in India, and had to hustle through a lot of things in my life. To kind of achieve something someone would assume to be normal. I completed my MS in software engineering through scholarships. I also worked a lot of different odd jobs to do real estate, agency, as well as do some kind of retail jobs with the counter sales, etc. I was awarded All India level best cadet, by the Indian Army, as well as I possess knowledge of about 6 different languages, and I'm learning the 7th one as I speak. I love adventure sports activities, and most recently I helped an NGO in South America formulate a strategy on how to fight, how to help some of the smaller community-based businesses to fight with the larger retail chains like Home Depot and so forth. I constantly and continuously contribute to several social initiatives as well. Giving a quick view into the experience that I've had so far, out here. Very quickly, I've been fortunate to have a very supportive team, and also I've had some strong mentors who have led me so far in my career, and I'm very thankful to them. I've had an opportunity to accelerate as it relates to several learnings through various role progressions, right from being a BA to being a practice consultant to a salesperson to an account manager. I have had a great run here at Cognizant, and has had the opportunity to be recognized for the best profitable portfolio of the year in 2015, as well as the best TCR account. We also as a team won the best GPOY runners-up in 2014 for our work related to Hartford integration. We also got the best sales deal of the year award in 2016, and we continue to have a tremendous success at the account. Zooming into the key achievements, you wanted to hear more about some of the significant deals you've done so far. I don't have Parker counts, but I'll probably move in. I've helped quarterback the broader core optimization engagement, that really focused on bringing some operational efficiencies, digital transformation, as well as helping really compete out there with some of its peers in the market. That deal is supposed to bring us about $480 million, over a 7 or 8 year period of time, comprising of ITO, BPO, and BPaaS services. Over the last 2 years or so, when we were working on this deal, I've had great exposure and experience, negotiating complex deals with not just our partners like Oracle and Infosys and others, but also with several account executives, both internally as well as with the client itself, right? I've had to sit in very tough negotiation calls with the CFO, with the operating officer, legal, procurement, etc. Most recently, I've also helped set up foundation for a multi-year, harmonized tech currency and cloud migration engagement, which will also form a great basis for PaaS as well as APR in the organization. Given the political dynamics of lately, I have focused a lot of effort this year to go after money that does not impact FTEs. We have had tremendous amount of success in going after not just the cloud migration portion I spoke about, but also helping client rationalize their $100 million software spend, which is way high according to the industry benchmarks. And finally, I think we've established some newer connections, and I have a robust team here that will continue to thrive and help in expansion of services at MM. What you see here is a picture, from the MM, owner's box, at the invitation of CIO and CEO, and it was a great experience to have had. But as it relates to my, client relationship building approach, I strongly believe in first getting to know them as a human, as a professional career, right? What takes them, what are their key objectives, what are they going after, etc. So far, I've been, keeping some of my clients very close, especially during the times where they're expecting a reorg, or they're expecting rebadging, layoffs, so on and so forth. I have always focused on proactively demonstrating value. So a case in point is a retirement services engagement, which used to be a 75 people T&M engagement. So for Cognizant, I proactively worked with the team to reduce that team down to 45, applying various transformation levers, and give the money back to the client. And in addition to that, I put a bunch of SLAs and KPIs to show the maturity of our engagement. Not that only just help us lock in the business, but then it formed the core basis of the entire ITO deal that I just spoke about. And it was, the simple point was, if we could do this for you for a 75-member team, imagine what we could do for you when we take over 500 people team out there, and so on and so forth. The second thing I'm going to talk to you about is showing the art of possible to the client. We had a situation where we won the BPO engagement, our MOU was signed, and then CSE came in and blocked the engagement by slapping a case on us due to IP issues, etc. I had to sit down with the clients, worked on various different types of solutions. Could we build a Pega screen around CSE? Could we consolidate systems? Could we have segmentation of work between CSE, Cognizant? Right? There was some very complex issues to deal with at that point of time, and I was able to do that working with all different groups and vendor and hostile partners as well. Finally, I would like to call out the fact that I never want to break the client's trust. And most importantly, to me, a client, is a client for life. That's the kind of mindset I go after. It's not about the job they hold today, but just about them as a long-term relationship over and above my job. Finally, I would like to call out that I'm very happy to get you references from VPs, SVPs, middle management, procurement, name it, and they'll be happy to come down and give a reference for my work with them. Over here you see a very quick slide that talks about a key synopsis of all the findings from a certain survey that the sourcing organization did last year. What the three things that came out was I'm extremely responsive, right? I understand the client's business very well, and I have demonstrated some good amount of proactive proposals to the client. That led to a very high amount of client satisfaction for the clients that worked with me. If you move to the next slide, you will also notice that I'm very quickly going to show you something. Right, so this kind of talks about we try different things, right, to grow revenue, to grow mind share, wallet share. Out here you will see some ideas that stuck, made some good money for us, some ideas that didn't, and we learned from it. I already spoke about ITO, BPO, and BPAS conversations, but to very quickly show you the breadth of solutions that we have been able to get onto at MassMutual. We started not just with a DA COE, but we also rationalized several contractors within retirement services. We set up a reporting and analytics COE for them. We initiated an enterprise archival engagement. We set up a cloud migration factory for them. We are also helping them with building some of the largest portals related to retirement services solution, right? And we also got heavily involved in the implementation of a successful core administration platform for their investments area for the general account of premiums. A couple of initiatives that are work in progress relate to mainframe modernization, contractor rationalization at an account level, APR, and so on and so forth. We also tried a few different things that did not work out for us so far. One was to basically offer a wide range of agent lifecycle management services, as well as to do an assessment of their entire DI claims portfolio. We tried chaos and microservices for modernization and retirement services, and we tried proposing TPA services for all of worksite benefits as well. Moving on to my leadership style, especially working with the teams out there, I believe in leading from the front. My core principle around the team we surround ourselves with is nurturing a merit-based a team rather than a tenure-based, right? I've had an opportunity to tremendously collaborate with various stakeholders from COEs, teams on the ground, so on and so forth. And I've truly had my experience of fair share of learnings in reviews with Raj, Karen, and Frank as a part of the larger deal. I continue to keep in touch with several team members day in, day out about what's going on in their lives. I mentor some of the team members, give them a free hand to run some of the shop, and if they don't work out, I'm always there to help them out. And finally, I think the other one thing I pride myself is to be with them in the trenches when we are working overtime where there's an incident that's not getting resolved, and we truly believe in having a lot of fun with ourselves as a team. I'll quickly move on to the P&L view. A couple of key highlights for your reference. I was given about a $24–28 million portfolio about 3.5 years back. Today that same portfolio has been expanded and grows to about $52 million a year. We have also significantly expanded the amount of fixed bid or managed services engagements we have within our portfolio, and of course that leads to a tremendous amount of profitability. One of the key things we observed was when when I came into the account, we probably grew as an account, but never set up those standard processes and standard ways of invoice processing or dispute resolution, etc. So I inherited about $14 million of reserves as well as $8 million of outstanding invoices. I basically worked with the client to set up a process, and we were able to clear all of them continuously. We have also, negotiated rate increase for several of the skill sets and the, and the engagements that we do with, citing several industry benchmarks, and has, basically helped us, grow very, very profitable. I've also looked at leveraging several synergies between app L1 team and infra L1 team, a dev team, a QA team, and basically try to bring the best of engagements models for our client as well as for ourselves. Finally, I think we continue to expand into non-linear OpEx-based models. We continue to experiment with digital and data and consulting work so that we can generate some higher margins for us, and of course a good mind share. One thing I'll probably call out is if you look at the revenue and CP trend, we have been doing extremely well in 2014, 2015, and 2016 in spite of large ITO deals and that kind of ate upon some of the profitability. So what's next, right? So I think I'm truly thankful for the experience I've had. My intent is to learn and leverage this experience with multiple other deals out there that Cognizant will come across, or even proactively propose them and help other accounts. Number two, I want to really go in and help convert, get into some of the larger digital transformation initiatives at Manulife Canada for both retail and group business. I really want to work towards developing a community of sorts, especially as it relates to developing a retirement record-keeping solution. All our clients here or in Canada or elsewhere seem to be suffering from that. I also want to support several organization-wide initiatives, and ultimately I want to come back to US to help grow and nurture accounts within this geography. Moving on to the next slide. Right, so we in summary, I guess, right, it's not that I deserve a promotion because I've got straight, 3 years, or I've been on the level for 42 months, done large deals, have a great team, client loves me. Those are some good reasons to have, and I'm very grateful to have those with me. But then what's also more important is I've gone through my own trials and tribulations. I've had my own self-doubts. I've had an opportunity to interact with a lot of people, who are a lot more senior to me, and I've also got beaten up quite a bit on some of. So finally, I think in conclusion, I would like to call out a few other things for your consideration. Number one, if I were to be promoted, I think it will set a strong message to not just our clients but the entire team that performance, with purpose does get appreciated and recognized. Number two, I've all the time constantly demonstrated over the last few years that I'm able to act with the maturity and the capability that somebody in a director or a senior director position is supposed to bring to the table. Number three, when I went through my rejection last year on promotion, it was a very, very character strengthening experience, and I kind of came back very, very tenacious, and I basically kick-started the BPO and BPAS conversations right after my rejection, and continued to do well for the company. I think probably the most important of it all, I would be able to go back to my family, look into their eyes, and say, hey, listen, this was all the effort and the sacrifice was all worth it. I am somebody, and my company recognizes me as a director of this particular organization, and that would mean a lot to all of us. So thank you so much for your time this evening. I really, really appreciate you taking time out after office hours. Please feel free to ask me questions, or if you have any comments, I'll be happy to take.